Hello, my name is Fox and you're watching Den of Fools. Let's jump right in. In week 38 of 2024, we had 135 tournaments with a total of 3,047 players and 11,974 games played. We have pretty much the same number of tournaments as last time, but with a lot more players and games played. This is due to some massive tournaments taking place, such as the 440-player 56-team Champions Cup. This can lead to some higher weighted placings, as there are way more players for the number of tournaments. With that said, the Space Marines top the charts with 24 wins and 65 top 3 placings. Their weighted place of 21.1 is very close to the 21.4 they got last week. They are at a very consistent level thanks to divergent chapters, which we will cover later on in the video. The Necrons again take second place with 13 wins, 29 top 3s and a weighted place of 14.9. This is a little behind a very good performance of 7.5 from last week, but it is still impressive. Guard come third, with 10 wins, 28 top 3s and a weighted place of 15.6. They continue to perform well, with the same number of wins as last week. Chaos Demons come next with 8 wins, 19 top 3s and a weighted place of 13.1, which is a very good result for them. The Sisters get 7 wins, 29 top 3s and a weighted place of 17.4. They did only get 1 win at the larger tournaments, but still have a good result overall. The Grey Knights also get 7 wins, with 19 top 3s and a weight place of 11.7, the second best overall. They have been struggling recently, so this is a surprising result. They did miss out on a win at the larger tournaments, which goes some way to explain how they managed to get in the blue group. It's still an impressive result regardless. The World Eaters are the last faction in blue, also getting 7 wins, with 17 top 3s and a weight place of 19. Tau top the green group with 6 wins, 18 top 3s and a weight place of 22.2. Chaos Space Marines get a very similar result, with 6 wins, 17 top 3s and a weighted placing of 17. The Legions of Votan get the same number of wins and top 3s, but a better weighted placing of 12, which is the third best overall. The fact they got the same placings but significantly different weighted placings shows the difference the player base makes on the figures. The Custodians are the final faction with 6 wins. They get 15 top 3s and a weighted place of 15.7. Imperial Knights get 5 wins, with 21 top 3s and a weighted place of 18.4. One of the strongest at the moment, the Thousand Sons get 5 wins with 16 top 3s and a weight place of 17.8. This is quite low for them, considering that they were the top ranked individual placing at the Champions Cup. The GC Occults also get 5 wins, with 9 top 3s and a weight place of 6.8, which is the best overall. This is a very impressive result, mainly because of their small player base. The Tyranids are the last faction in green, with 4 wins, 19 top 3s and a weight place of 40.8, which is very large for a faction in the green group. The remaining factions are in yellow, with between 3 to 1 wins, and are ranked by the number of top 3 placings. The majority of these factions have high weighted placings, and this week, there are no factions in red. We should have a balance update with us very soon by GW's usual timeline. I would guess we will have it the first full week of October at the latest. 24 factions manage at least 1 top 10 placing, with the Space Marine getting the most top 10s with 220. Necrons are in second with 92 top 10 placings, with Tyranids in third on 78 top 10 placings. Unsurprisingly, the Space Marines are the most played faction with 16.38% of all players taking them. Necrons are the second most popular on 7.09%. Tyranids are in third on 6.14%. Predictably, the 3 most popular factions get the most top 10s in the same order. It takes our resident stats guru and Ultramarine fanboy Fearless Fox many hours to collect all the data. It would be great if you could show your appreciation by liking and sharing the video. It really helps us with the God algorithm of YouTube. We have grouped the win rates by colour, with the key at the bottom of the screen. This week, Sisters top the charts with a win rate of 56%. They're the only known faction above the Goldilocks zone. It's not too surprising to see the Sisters at the top of the pile as one of the strongest factions. Imperial Knights are the next full faction, with a win rate of 54.5%. They've certainly seen a significant increase to their win rate since the release of the Imperial Agents Codex. The Legions of Votan have a win rate of 51.9%, with Guard close behind on a win rate of 51.8%. The Thousand Sons have a win rate of 50.8%, which is a big drop off from the 59.4% win rate they got last week. Chaos Demons are the last faction in green, with a win rate of 50%. The Drukhari top the yellow group with a win rate of 49.8%. Imperial Agents and Grey Knights come next, both getting a 49.1% win rate. The Tyranids have a win rate of 48.9%, followed by the Tau on 48.6%. The Eldari have a win rate of 48.2%, with Necrons on a surprisingly low win rate of 47.2%. The World Eaters have a win rate of 46.9%, with the Space Marines overall on a win rate of 46.6%. As always, stay tuned until later on in the video, where we will cover the diversion chapters. The Gene Stealer cults have a win rate of 46.5%, despite getting the best weighted placing this week. Custodies have a win rate of 46.1%, with Chaos Space Marines at a win rate of 45.8%. Chaos Knights are the last faction in the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 45.4%. There are only 3 factions below the zone, with Death Guard on a win rate of 44.5%. Orcs on a win rate of 43.7%, followed by AdMech on 41.3%. With a balance update likely upon us soon, it'll be interesting to see what changes GW make, as the game is relatively well balanced at the moment. I'm sure the strongest factions, such as Sisters and Thousand Sons, will get nerfs, but I do wonder what they will do with the large number of factions who are underperforming at the moment, despite just being within the Goldilocks zone. The Thousand Sons remain at the top of the running total win rates with 55.1%, but as the only faction above the Goldilocks zone. The Sisters are in second with a win rate of 53.4%. The Imperial Knights remain in third place after another good week, with a win rate of 52.6%. The Drukari in fourth with a win rate of 51.7%. The Worldies have decreased a little bit, and they are now on a win rate of 50.9%. Guard are on a win rate of 50.4%, with Chaos Demons just getting in the green group with a win rate of 50%. The majority of factions are in yellow, with 3 full factions below the Goldilocks zone. Imperial Agents are on a win rate of 44.6%, with the Orcs on a win rate of 44.1%. Chaos Space Marines are again at the bottom, with a win rate of 43.8%. The 3 Deathwatch players get a very impressive win rate of 72.7%, but as they are only 3, the winners this week are the Space Wolves, with a win rate of 55.3%. The Black Templars come next with a win rate of 48.6%. The Dark Angels also get a win rate of 48.6%, and are the last chapter in the Goldilocks zone. The Blood Angels are the only known chapter below the zone, on a win rate of 43.1%. The unknown Codex chapters continue to struggle, on a win rate of 40.7%. The Dark Angels are going the best on placings, with the highest total number and the most wins. The Space Wolves are close behind with 5 wins, followed by the combined Codex chapters. The Blood Angels and Templars each get 4 wins, with the Deathwatch picking up 1. Considering the Divergent chapters got 20 of the 24 total wins, they're doing a lot better than the Chaos Space Marines at the moment. It is not surprising they are performing better, seeing as these have the exact same options and more in addition. It'll be interesting to see what GW do with the balance for the Space Marine chapters, considering how much they are struggling without the Codex supplements. The Space Wolves remain at the top with a win rate of 52.2%. The Blood Angels are in second place with a win rate of 50.2%. The Black Templars are the first chapter in yellow with a win rate of 48.9%. The Deathwatch come next with a win rate of 47.6%. The Dark Angels are the last in the Goldilocks zone with a win rate of 47.4%. The fact the unknown chapters are doing so much worse than the Divergent chapters must create a big headache for GW, as buffing the Codex will vicariously buff all the Divergent chapters as well. Overall, Chaos Space Marines are on a win rate of 43.9%, with a very limited number of people playing Index Emperor's Children on a win rate of 40.3%. They'll surely do some buffs in the next balance update. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe, check out one of the videos on screen, and consider using our affiliate links in the description. Thank you for watching.